Hey, good afternoon, everybody listening to us right now. It's time for the Tech Talk show this afternoon with Kazeem. So I've got another lady on the show with me today to walk us through today's topic. She's a very good friend of mine. She's super good at what she does. Her name is Jumoke Toriola. Hi, Jumi. You're welcome on the
Hi,
Tech Talk show this afternoon.
hi, Kazeem. Thanks for having me.
So let's get straight to business. The topic of today, by the way, is we're going to be talking about women in tech. So a day in the life of a CTO, which is Jumoke Toriola. So before we delve straight into business, Jumoke, do you mind an introduction of yourself first?
Sure. My name is Toriola Olajumoke Olasumbo. Like Kazeem has said, I'm the CTO of Hashem Limited. I am also a Microsoft certified trainer. Um, and then I've been in IT for the past 17 years. Um, so, and I'm a female in IT. So I think that's basically what I'm going to say.
Okay, so that's very well said then. So let's get straight at it now. So can you please help us? Can you tell us a little bit more about your current role at the moment and how long it took you to acquire the skill that you're currently working with now?
Okay, so my current role, I actually assumed my current role sometime last year, April last year. So I'm barely a year plus in it.
Okay.
Like I said, I started my career in IT in February 2005. And then it's been a journey, I would say, and it's been quite a rewarding one. Um, so I moved on. What happened is that I started as a trainee, as a technical trainee, and then I spent like 3 years in that role um, before I was made technical team lead. You know,
Okay.
so it was quite like a journey for me. So from there, I move up to becoming um, an assistant HOD at in the year 2013. I think for the technical lead, I spent almost like 8, 9 years on that job role, and then before I moved to be an assistant HOD, and then from there, in from 2013 to 2016, I became the head of department of my company, also of the IT department last year, April. So I'll say how long it took me. I've always seen I mean, I think there is something I'll say about myself, that there is an inherent kind of a leadership role in me right from while I was in school. Because if I
Okay.
look at my journey, even when I was in, because I schooled in Yabatech, actually, I did electrical
Okay.
engineering in Yabatech, and then
Okay.
I've always been a class governor, even through
Okay,
English
right from school. Mm.
right from school. So it's been like it's a journey. So how long did I think, maybe I'll say from it's been that way, but how long it took me to, I think the process over the years, I mean the experience over the years has prepared me for this role. So
Okay.
how long? That's
Okay.
the best way I can answer it.
Oh, okay then. So do you want to quickly tell us then about your daily activities now as a CTO? So what do you do from morning till the close of work in the evening?
Are you sure you want to know about it?
I'm sure
Actually,
people listening might probably want to know, oh, a female CTO. So what does
somebody,
the job
funny enough, somebody spoke with me yesterday and asked me, "Do you operate 2 time zone?" Because 2 a.m. was to see you, we have to see you online. I laugh. So I think the normal day. So let me break down what it means for me to be a CTO. So my position more is to make sure that I help organization to, whether short term or long term, to achieve whatever the business goals is, and then to be able to um, gain a return on investment on what they have I mean, and what they think they want to achieve with what is in their business really. So that's my major. My concern really is with the external customers. Yes, I do have a role with the internal customers. So I'm mostly going to be looking at things like solutions that we can help organization with. So I'm working closely with the business development team, which also handles the research and development department, for us to look at touch note technologies that we can use to enhance people's business and all of that.
Yeah.
So I think my typical day we start sometime from 7, 8 o'clock every day, and then you have a lot of to-dos that you want to. And these days, to be honest, I'll tell you, the 24 hours is not enough again. So it's like you just look at it and you say, oh, it's 24 hours already. So planning, strategizing, helping people to thinking in an evolving way to see what are the technologies you can use to solve organization problem, even before they come to tell you about it. What is those things that one can really do, to enhance productivity at workplace and to make customers, employees enjoy their work better. So, and being a Microsoft partner, because I work with Hashem Limited, which is a Microsoft Gold certified partner, we are very, very passionate around what we do with customers. So I think on a daily basis, mostly what I do is more of looking at what we, at the end of the day, apart from customer satisfaction, also move that customer from wherever they are at that technology level they are to one more advanced one. Then internally is to see how to get my team as much as possible, especially the business development team and then the solution team that I have around me, especially the developers, to be open running on what are the solutions we can get out there, what are the things we can work on, and then make life better for people and all of that. So that's what my day has been. So I don't think 24 hours is enough again. Like I said, somebody told me, is it two time zone you operate on right now? So I mean, that's what my typical day would be.
Oh, okay then. So how about mostly female working in tech or for a tech company would usually take on roles like position in HR, marketing and sales, or perhaps admin. But in your case, you are not just working in a tech company now, but you get your hands dirty sometimes doing the tech job. So I want to ask. For whatever reasons now, have you had to, have you find people judging your skills or your capabilities now based on your gender? Is this something that has happened to you?
I don't think that's a question for debate in that kind of way. So I'll start giving you an experience I had when I started my journey in IT. And I used to say it a lot, So I had these deployments that I had to do. Even up to now, I still do deployments. So my people have also told me, please relax. I mean, I think I'm every time, so I cannot leave. I can't leave myself out of getting my hands dirty with some things. So I had this experience in Port Harcourt. I had a deployment, but before, if you don't really put a face to my name, if anyone is hearing me, you will think he's a guy you are talking to. So right from while I was in school anyway, even when I was in primary school, people used to say, oh, your voice sounds like a guy, your voice sounds like a guy. At first that used to affect me. Later on, so that was the unique part of me that I think I need to embrace. So, I mean, I had this deployment and I got to Port Harcourt, so excited. Oh, I'm going outside of Lagos. I want to go and do a deployment. And then I got there. At the airport, I mean, it's a government parastatals, and then they sent their drivers to come pick me. And then, I mean, at this, I'm talking about barely like 4 years in IT, and then I was going to set up the environment afresh from the Active Directory to Microsoft Exchange to whatever they have, on the network, to SharePoint, So I decided when I got there, And then the driver picked me. Probably maybe the guy, the IT manager has been asking the driver, who did you go to pick? You know, wanted to be sure whether it was a male or female, you know. And then when we got there, as I stretched my hand, when we got to the room, I just stretched my hand to say, oh, good afternoon. The guy just walked past, left my hand. It was an embarrassing moment for me. Just left my hand hanging. And the next thing he said is that, where is, and he called the name of my boss. Where is he? And he's looking around. Where is he? And then I said, so I mean, I've been used to that. You know, that was the first taste of what it was to be like a female in tech that I got, you know. Then over time, you know, when you go into a meeting and immediately you walk into a meeting and then you see all of them seated, and then there's a lady that comes in, you know, and then you see the body language really. But I know the way I fight back really is more of,
yes,
well, it is my gender. It has nothing to do with my skills. So I fight back with my skills when I'm being asked questions. And when I feel that you are the tough guy that wants to make life miserable for me just because I'm a female, what I do is that I actually make sure that if I have to make it very simple for you to understand the technical jargons I need to say, I'll put it in a tougher way. So your respect. I give an example. When it was a kickoff session with this guy, so I was asking the question. So I was asking the question. So I mean, we're to do a messaging environment. So I will not use the simple word that you will understand, like, oh, do you have a redundant technology? This, do you have ability? I have ability in place. Is the solution site resilience ready? Yeah. And then so the guy started getting, okay, I think she knows what she's talking about.
What she's doing. Oh. So that's how over time you've been able to get this guy's respect, right?
Yes. There was one I went to also. The guy just sat, and after I finished, you know, we were to audit. I think Microsoft was the one that referred my complaint to you that we should go and audit what has been done. They were having problems with their messaging platform, and as I got there, I was asking the question, and the guy was so reluctant. He was reluctant to answer. You know, they look like it's a female, and then the female again with low cut. You get what it is now. Also, it was like, and then when you look and I know. Then the way he was answering me afterwards when I left. So later on when we got the deal, and funny enough, the one in Port Harcourt, I had to do several deals afterwards with them. It was like a success. So they were giving a repeated work at the end of the day. So by the time I left this one in Lagos, it was an investment firm. He said when I left, he just had to say, that lady know what she's talking about. She was an onion. So I think it's been cool, you know, but we've seen a bit of improvement. There's been some improvement now with, I'll say the truth about, especially men in Nigeria. I think it's more tougher for ladies outside the African or even in Nigeria when they are in IT. But I think we have a lot of support from our men now in Nigeria. And they're taking us for what the skills we have, not the gender we have.
Okay. All right. So I also know you are a MCT now, a Microsoft certified trainer as well, right? So let me ask you this. What if you had to choose, you know, you had to choose just one career now, your current role right now, or just being a Microsoft certified trainer? Which one will it be?
Then you want the Microsoft. You want the MCT community to strangle you for that question. So I mean, I don't think, to be honest, I don't think I would choose either between the two. To be honest, the reason why, I think each of them have their uniqueness with them, the role, and at the same time they are actually very intertwined. I'm helping organizations to get value. I'm also helping. I'm also with the MCT. It's giving me a platform for me to be able to help to mentor young people, students, even female, you know, young IT. I mean, I'm happy for the people that have come across my path, you know, and then when I see what they do and now they excel. So giving up MCT is not a question at all, really. And then besides, I'm not just an MCT. I'm actually one of the community leader in the MCT in Nigeria also. Also, I lead the M365 group. So
Okay.
it's going to be unfair for you to tell me, okay, because I've become a CTO now, I should give you. So I think
Okay.
it's two roles. Can't choose between the two.
Okay, and people also forget the fact that MCT trainers, they don't just train now. So it has to, for you to be a good trainer, you need to have this 50 to 50 mix of on-the-job experience coupled with the training qualities too as well. You know, so you don't just walk into the classroom and you start to read textbooks to people's hearings. I mean, people sometimes come into those classes to get their problem solved. So I think yes, just like you rightly mentioned, you know, the two roles now complement each other. I mean, knowing what you know already, sometimes when you have to train, so it gives you a better leverage. I mean, when you train, sometimes you're not just teaching people, but you're teaching people what you truly know. Yes. But yes, another quick one before we go on a short break. Why do you think there are just a few females here, most especially here in Nigeria, in the tech space? Why do you think that is? When we look at the educational sector in Nigeria, you know, we have a number of females, but when it comes to the tech space now, or you know, the training space in tech, there are only a few females doing that. Why do you think that is?
I think, I mean, it's a lot of concern for me, really. And then one of the reasons why, even though I'm very busy, that I joined two different groups that is looking. I'm a member of a Wentos. Is a female and a female organization where the concern is really just to see how to empower ladies in IT female. And then Tech Styler is also one that is being handled by Foyin Olajide, which I also joined. So one of the reasons why I joined really is that passion to say we want to close that gap is a real concern. And I think one of the things, one of the things that also contributed to this is more of orientation. I think if and that's one why most of my focus really would be more of saying that even parents should encourage their, you know, their female children on what to look at. In terms of IT really, because to be honest, is what is the way to go. Now, apart from the gender bias that people feel, you know, because I've seen some people in IT and then they drop off. I think sometimes also, apart from the gender bias, I think it also has to do with the determination and also not understanding the reason why you are in IT in the first place or in tech in the first place. So then we have very few of them. And apart from the earliest stage of them being mentored, so that's what we're trying to look at. If we can close the gap around mentoring, around coaching, around empowering these ladies, and they can have a older self or is a older one of them to and hold them and say, okay, this is the path how you can go through. I think they'll feel more comfortable. So a lot of them pull out because they don't have good mentorship, they don't have good guidance, and they don't have somebody to encourage them that yes, you can go for it, to believe in them. Yes, they get bullied quite all right, but it's because of nobody to encourage them. And more so, people think when you go into IT, you have to code. So I see a lot of ladies that I've spoken to, and then they say, that thing that means that I have to be somebody that has to be a programmer to code all the time. So there's actually the fear of, oh, I don't think I can cope with that, you know. So, you know, when you now mentor them to say, no, you have different sectors or different things you can actually do in tech, they feel more comfortable. So I think majorly what is the problem I've seen is around the mentorship. We don't have it to mentor our females.
At least it's good to know that a few of you guys in the Nigerian tech space are trying to do something about it. Just like you mentioned yourself and Foyi are working on something to encourage you know, the females now to join us in tech. So quickly right now, we'll go on a short break and we'll be back in just a little bit. All right, so you're welcome back. Again, is the Tech Talk Show this afternoon with myself, Kazeem, and I've got Olajumoke Toriola on the show with me. So we're talking a day in the life of the CTO, a chief technical officer, that is. So before we run out of time, quickly, Jumi, so COVID now, has shaped the way we work now as IT people. So I want to get your take in this. How has COVID shaped, your work routine? Has it, shaped it in any way or form? And did you miss your on-the-job routines now, or you prefer working remotely?
Okay, that's actually a tough one. But to be honest, one of the things, let me tell you the truth, one of the beauty and the rewarding parts of this pandemic that has happened is that it actually helped us also to discover those parts we don't, I mean, those skills, or how will I put it, that we don't even know we have. I mean, during this COVID, I think I've been more creative and more innovative. I mean, because you now have to think a lot out of the box. These are things that these are the issues that people are facing right now. What are the solutions you can bring to alleviate any of those problem? What are the things you can bring out to help them work more better, whether irrespective of wherever they are? So I think that's one of the rewarding parts for COVID and my team. I think the other part would have been all of this remote connectivity, where you get to have to say, okay, I mean, can you hear me? Can you share your screen? I think that's the whole part. But it's, I mean, the remote working, it's also made me have a different view about remote working, sincerely.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
one thing. Because I used to be somebody that I feel until you are physical or you're at work or we're physical at work, that's when you are more productive. But I found out that during this period, I've even been more productive. I think even working around the clock, the only thing I fear for is burnout. Because
Yes,
now
people have put to work long hours.
yes,
Yes.
there's tendency for the burnout. So, the COVID has been quite, and it allows me to have a different view about remote working, to be honest. And then with remote working also, you are able to now, manage as many as possible, the people that you're under, that is under you, and you can measure the productivity. You can measure how productive they are with what they are doing, and you're getting the result. Funny enough, during this COVID, I was able to finish up to four deployments remotely. So you can
remotely. Okay.
remotely work
uh,
remotely with customers, with doing project, and then it has all been via Microsoft Teams. In fact, I mean, it's been beautiful working with Microsoft Teams.
Yes, exactly. There's still a lot more questions that I would like to, really ask, but I'm afraid we're almost running out of time right now. But I guess I'm going to be asking you some of those questions now on social media. Perhaps we just keep the conversation going on social media. But just before I let you go now, we're doing this from a university radio station, LASU Radio. And I know we have a number of students listening in right now. So if you have to advise the students listening in to us right now, what would your advice be to them, those who are considering pursuing a career in IT, especially the female ones among them? What would your advice be to the students?
Okay, so first of all, the first thing I'm going to tell you as a female, that someone that wants to look to become, pursuing any career in tech, well, the first thing I will tell you is that push yourself never to be labeled as a woman. So being a woman or a female is a gender thing. It is not anything that has to do with your skill set. So one of the first things, I'm sure, for you to even want to pursue a career in IT, you would have been doing a course in line with that, whether you're doing computer science or computer engineering, or you're doing something that is related to the career path you want to do. So, like I said, at any time you want to get discouraged, go back to the basics. Know why in the first place you decided to even to do that course. and what inspired you in the first place for you to go and do to read the course you are reading. And if at all you want to join IT, what inspires you? So that is one of the things that will keep you going in the face of, okay, gender bias, or you feel, okay, or even the pay grade is lower than the guy's own and all of that. So then don't settle down for self-pity. Challenge yourself all the time. Don't settle down for self-pity. That's one thing. Make sure certification, you pursue it. Play, yes. Lastly, I know we are running out of time. There is the difference between, I like social media, but I'll tell you, pay less attention to Instagram, to Facebook. Spend more time with Google, with things with Google that you can learn from. To be honest, that's my advice for you. Okay,
thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on the show with me this afternoon. So I guess this is how much time is going to permit us on today's episode of the show. So let's keep the conversation going on social media. So Tech Talk Wednesday with Kazeem on social media. So we'll continue this on social media. And this is it for this week episode. Let's do this again next week. So continue to keep safe. So it is bye-bye now from myself and Jumoke. So we'll see you next week. Thank you. Thank you, Jumoke.
Thank you for having me. And goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.